Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? Feels good to sleep in. How we doing, Lions? Previously on Kimba TV. Bulls, if you're popping bottles, you're doing it wrong. And Bears, if you're freaking out and admitting defeat, you're doing it wrong. Too much juice cannot compute. Too much juice cannot compute. Clearly, there's a resistance level on the 30-minute time frame. It would be interesting if it gets flipped to support. All right, wow. We are juicing the fuck up. Holy shit, how we doing? Is everybody juicing? Lord have mercy. We all juicing? All right, let me turn the music off for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Tuesday. How are we doing? We juicy my Gucci? Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. The juice don't stop. The juice don't stop, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for math and preparing. Give it up. What y'all think about this? What'd you guys think about yesterday, man? Oh, snap. Straight juice. We shaved a little bit live. Yeah, we're juicing. We're at around 1.1 milli.
Latuche, motherfucker, the math is the math.
What do y'all think about these lines, man? Look at these lines. Holy, look at the way that this line, oh my God. Give it up for Kimba's useless lines, y'all. All right, single print got grabbed. How we doing? How many people in hedge shorts right now? How many people in hedge shorts? Schwiggity, schwaggity, schwaggity, schwiggity. How many people in longs? And how many people in both? Let's fucking go. Look at this planning, y'all.
Pixel fucking it is. Yes. Pixel fucking it is. Yes.
Get nasty. Hitman says, didn't get filled, was waiting for golden pocket. That's okay. Remember, we were talking about this yesterday. Some people even made an observation, but if the point is to stop people out, it's rare that it's going to go back to golden pocket. Rather, you got your 0.5 rejection lining up perfectly with the level that you wanted to reject off of. So just a heads up. When we first pulled back up, people were already talking about, oh, maybe it's going to be the 0.5. All righty, something to keep in mind, but that's okay. Don't let it happen again next time. Fire Slayer, we got Denzel, Snowwing, Jeremy in the house. We got Denzel. Cole Moso says it was too easy of a short, man. When you're planned out like this for weeks in advance, it's pretty fucking easy. Get nasty. Hitman in the house. Azaz in the house. Jeremy in the house. Twitching Greg says entry as 71.4. Beautiful. Beautiful. Apollo Crippen Dream, what's going on? Ricky, what's going on? Populous, what's going on? Wizneo says, can you say something about ETH? Something. Just make sure that you're caught up. We've been talking about ETH BTC for the last 2 years. We did pretty good TA on ETH yesterday. Even stuff like this, right? No one here is surprised that it popped, from that level, and it went up to that level. Not a swing failure pattern yet, so, be careful. Hugh Hunt. Yeah, you gotta be you gotta be a little bit more specific. We talk about ETH and all these altcoins every day for the past 2 years. So, Ask me something specific. Ask me, a question that indicates to me that you've been paying attention. All righty. How we doing? It would be interesting to see a reaction around like 70,200. You know what? Let's just keep it simple. Let's go 70,200 to 70,000. It's really the yellow line on Coinbase, if you guys remember. So it would be the bullish retest of that, basically. Make sense? We don't get bullish on the penetration. We get bullish on the retest. Alrighty. For me, nothing has changed. So, yeah, I mean, I don't even really know if anything's changed. No one should be one bit. How many people didn't get a short from Pico Top, but they have a short from either the 7-1 sweep level that we waited weeks on? How many people have a 715, 714 short? You had multiple opportunities, right? Tap, tap, tap. How many people are in a 714 short? I bet a bunch of lions. How many people are in that 70,700 bearish retest short? How many people in the 70,700 bearish retest short? How many people shaved a little bit at the 75886? How many people, it's a hedge short, so you're not going to close it until you close your long? All right. How many people were here first thing in the morning so you know what that box is and you saw me also pull the fib? How many people have been here for weeks with me so even though you see the Pixel Perfect 7.5 reaction, you still know what it is? And like I just said, some people are going to be looking for bullish invalidation. Some people are going to be looking for bearish confirmation. Talk to me. Talk to me, Lions. Huh? How we doing? How we doing, Lions? We Gucci my gooch. The math is mathin'. How we doing? How many people in shorts do not want this?
It's over.
And you just want to straight up, just give me that. Just give me that. Just give me that. Kacho Shiba, let's go. How many people talking about, what the fuck, man? I thought you were telling me to put blind limits in, man. I'm red and along right now, man. What the fuck? Ah! I have no idea what I'm doing, but I saw a box and I just put blind limits in. I'm gonna blame you though. If you had, for those of you that have been with me since we took the entries down here, what do you think about all this? I mean, what the fuck, right? Obviously, like right off the bat, turning this into support looks incredibly Gucci Magucci. Right? So really, if this doesn't hold, then I don't think there's really a long until 67 probably. Yeah, I mean, but you're going to be heading down towards the 66 value area high, value area low anyways. Angel of Death says, would love to see a bearish retest in the golden pocket. Okay, well, you're probably going to get it. We're going to see it live together. JTAC, you good? Invincible, you good? Gambling and Gaming, you good? Trakelicious, Coyote, Beru. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta enjoy this shit. How you guys doing, man? Happy motherfucking Tuesday. Hey, you know Jay Powell's gonna try to pull off some goofy shit tomorrow. You know Jay Powell with his FOMC minutes is gonna try to pull off some goofy thang tomorrow. Stay safe, stay safe. Late night show was my morning. Shout outs to you guys. How we doing? Lions. Coca, you good? Rem, you good? Buzzo, you good? Aritodo, you good? Gambling and Gaming says, chillin', brother. No positions open. Winning on that volatility tomorrow. That is wonderful. Shout outs to you, brother. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? You guys want to talk about, hey, man, I want to get into a short. Where would you think about going short? Hey, man, I'm not in a long. Where would you think about going long? In my opinion, I feel like both of those questions have been answered, but is there anybody that needs clarity? Or at the end of the day, you got to see it yourself and feel it yourself and do what you think is right, not just because I'm saying it or anybody else is saying it. So you guys all good? There's at least 3 places that I could think of where if you wanted to get into a short, you could get into a short. Whether it's the value area high, bearish retest, it's the bearish retest of the .5, it's the bearish retest of the golden pocket. It could even be the bearish retest of the 70,740 level again. I don't know if that wick is as good as you would want if you were a bear. Like, it was a little bit too quick. So, you know, maybe Macaulay, you would have like strength to do a bearish retest at 70,740 again. So there's 3-4 areas where you could try to take a short. There's 2 areas where you could maybe think about getting into a long. You have the Kimba box here, but you don't have edge yet. You're not making that great of a low down there either. The swing fail pattern of the 68.9, and then the full rotation play. All right, and the full rotation play would be the talk of, you know, grabbing all the single prints. But like we said last night, that wouldn't be that bullish. So, you know, I don't know about longing the lowest single print down there. Sai says, thanks, Kimba, for teaching right way of trading. Well, I don't know if it's the right way, you know, but I think we're doing it. We're learning and improving together. You know, I have plenty of room for improvement. Y'all know that. And it's really just striving to be better each and every day. So if trying to get better every day is the right way of trading, then good. Saint Mayan says, can you tell us the story of how you lost your money 8 years ago? Sure. I mean, I think I did the pretty stereotypical, like, retail, you know, poo-poo, you know, like I got in here, you know, and I had my stop loss here, you know, but and what it did was it was like, pink, I'm filled. And I'm like, yeah, I'm juicing, you know, some degen shit, like, you know, almost like 60-70% of my capital type of shit, right? And like, I'm juicing. I think I'm big shit. I think I'm big shit. You know, I see that big, you know, P&L, you know, and I'm just like straight greed face. You know what I mean? And then it's, you know, it starts to do this, and I'm like, okay. So, you know, I do some, you know, noob shit, you know, get like a golden pocket or whatever, you know what I'm talking about? Like, add a little bit more there, you know. Now my average entry is like right here, you know what I'm saying? Stop loss still here though, but then it does this, you know, and then instead of manning up and just keeping that bitch there, you know what I start doing? I start doing this, you know? And then I start doing, you know what? This is cheap. It's cheap. Let me add. Boy, I got this. This is easy shit. Let me add. Now let me dollar cost average. You know, MM Crypto says we're going up. We're Gucci. We're Gucci. Now my average is here. I have like 10% of my trading capital left. Okay. Stop loss is still here. Okay. Now it starts to do this. And I'm like, well, both MM Crypto and Carl the Moon says we're going to go up. Plus on Market Cypher, there's 3 green mushrooms. So that must mean that we're going to go up. You know what? I'm going to do this. We Gucci, you know? And plus, I got a little bit more money left. Okay, all right. Oh fuck. Okay. Interesting. You know what? I got a little bit. You know, it's cheap. Let me add, but it's only 10%. So now my average is like here. Okay, and I start doing this. Okay. You know what I do? You know what I do next? You know what? Let me do a quick little 50K depot. Let me just do a quick little 50K depot so I can put my stop loss here. You know, and I can also add, you know, and my dollar cost average, if I add this in right here, my average is going to be like, so I do that. Okay. So now I add, okay, my stop loss is there. I add, now my average entry is here. Okay. My stop loss is here and bing. Ah! Oh my God. Dude. Did you see that? It sent me to like a suicide hotline. What y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? First things first, happy Tuesday. All right, Latuche the fuck up, Lions. Snowing says you're not alone. We've all done that. Oh, no, for sure. I mean, it's like a rite of passage almost, right? Most of us that are still hanging around, we were able to learn and adapt from that. The people that are not here they weren't able to adapt. At some point, I mean, God bless, but you're gonna run out of money, you know. So it's almost like it's almost like its own Darwinian concepts. All right, so real quick. As always, we're going to start from the higher time frame and then zoom into the smaller. Sounds Gucci? So, you know, how many of y'all were here with me when we got the pub pink and you guys heard the pub pink on the 757A6? All right, we anticipated the pullback. All right, we survived that. We TP'd and shaved a little bit. We said if that head short doesn't work, that's the next level that we would take an attempt at. If that head short doesn't work, this is the next level to look at. So are you guys with me so far on that, on the higher time frame stuff? Okay. So that kind of means I shouldn't have to say that, you know, this would be an interesting bullish retest. We'll come back to this, but I think stuff like that I'm not going to really talk about. Okay, but just, you know, we don't get bullish on the penetration, we get bullish on the retest. So no one should be like, you know, oh, like, is that bearish? I mean, not on my higher time frame. Okay, so level to level. Alrighty. Whether you're in a hedge short or not doesn't really matter, but give it up for identifying levels, because that's the most important thing moving forward, is we always anticipate the levels up and down. Gucci magooch. All right, so let's zoom into the smaller time frame, okay? Let me just reset all this shit. Okay, so on the smaller time frame, you have
the math is the math.
Clearly a small range. Okay, so you can draw the line on the lowest point to see if there's some sort of bearish retest. Okay, that doesn't mean that it is a like a bearish thing, but if you were looking for a short, you can clearly see the range conceptually. So there were two things. One is if you were like me and you had this bad high swing failure line observed, then you have a 714, 715 short. How many people have a 715, 714 short? You had multiple attempts to take it. All right. How many of y'all have been here for the lesson on Fibonacci about when you stop people out, it's rare that you let people back in? And we were already talking about the 0.5 confluence on the 714, correct? Hands up. How many of y'all believed in the math, believed in yourself, and you at least started to get filled at the 0.5? Anybody that was waiting at the Kimba box said, you know what, enough is enough. Let me at least start getting filled from 0.5. You can still put limits all the way to 7.5 and have the stop loss there, no problemo. But anybody like start to understand that there's the person that like, there's the lion cub that doesn't know shit. Then there's the lion cub that starts to see, you know, okay, fuck, I'm getting left at the train station. There's the lion cub that starts to understand it, but it's still too pussy to like do it. And I don't mean that in a bad way. You know what I mean? And then there's the guy that says, fuck it, let me at least start taking some shots. Does it really increase your loss if you start to get filled at least a little bit here, if your stop loss is still here and if you still have limits there? But there's no right or wrong. Alrighty. And how many people took a bearish retest short with an entry somewhere around 70,700 to 70,900? Any lions with shorts from 70,700 to 70,900? That's valid as fuck as well. Alrighty, and everybody saw the single print get grabbed. Yes, the single print got grabbed. The single print is down there. Okay, so now that we've kind of gotten that cleared up, we're gonna go with swing high, swing low on the price action range and draw some fibs. All right, what would be on the smaller time frame the most bullish scenario? Okay, well, clearly having some sort of Fibonacci hold, volume hold, etc. So how many people are fulfilled now on Kimba box? Anybody fulfilled on Kimba box? So your average entry should be right above 7.5 if you did it right. Your average entry should be right above 7.5 if you did it right. Your stop loss is still here. Okay? How many of y'all, your box is more like this? You said, nah, I'm gonna go like this. Still a little bit filled. If this Fibonacci retracement doesn't work and or it's not a stop loss, complete stop loss hunt, swing fail pattern back above 68.9, really, because we need to get above here. Okay? Then, you know, I don't think there's really a long opportunity really until a bullish retest of this zone down here. And then how many of y'all were here yesterday? Holy shit, what a day yesterday. How many of y'all were here with me towards the end? Or when I came back from my date with baby girl, hanging out with baby girl, and we looked at the daily candle close, and so you are aware of the full rotation. Okay, everybody know what a full rotation is? You had a daily open outside of your value range. So if you turn value area high into resistance, then you have a high probability you're going to rotate back to the value area low. That value area low is around 66,000. Alrighty, so if you're already in a short, how many of y'all, you know, hands sweaty, palms sweaty, mom spaghetti, like, hey, let's just lose this bitch? How many of y'all are not in a short at any of those positions that I talked about, and you're thinking about taking a short on a bearish retest, on a value area high bearish retest? How many of y'all are really, really bullish and you're thinking about longing the value area high, or some sort of like swing fail of the value area high, or a failed auction of the value area high? There is no right or wrong. There's only good risk management and bad risk management. So there's lots of plays here. Y'all Gucci Magooch? Y'all Gucci Magooch? Talk to me. Talk to me. How we doing? Last but not least, but the volume is a little bit scattered. 53.25, 53.20 is the Boo Gamma. Okay, but I think the bigger thing to start to maybe focus on is I was pointing this out yesterday too, and I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but that Gamma at 5,400 is now the biggest one and has been growing for the last 8 days. I mean, excluding the weekends, obviously. So for the last week, since Monday. The biggest Boo Gamma on all expirations, okay, is now 5,400. The math is the math, whether you like it or not. The math is the math, whether you're taking an L or profit. So, let's see. We're approaching the golden pocket upper boundary and we're approaching the 0.5. You guys all see where the downward resisting trend line is, yes? Everybody knows and understands why we were anticipating the RSI div pixel fuck, yes? Kamaji says, I got stopped out on long on that area just behind the 886. That's okay. So I'm glad that you brought that up. So OG veterans, Lions, okay, maybe even Lion Cubs that have been here. If you are going to live by the fib, you have to what? If you're gonna live by the fib, brother, unfortunately you have to die by the fib. And basically what that is in an abstract nutshell is that whatever your edge is, it's the invalidation of your edge that should get you out, okay? There's two ways that you can look at this. The book will say that you want to be halfway behind the 886 and the 1, okay? So the halfway point between here and here, you're supposed to go like this and you're supposed to be behind that. So you could have done it like this, okay? The reason why you may want to lean a little bit more towards doing that is because you have single prints right here. And the book also says you don't want to be the idiot that gets stopped out at the single print. So you have to decide if you want to take that or if you want to take that. And you have to give yourself a little bit of buffer room because you do not want to be the guy that gets stopped out at single print. So if that realized P&L is okay for you, then awesome, do that. If that's a little bit too expensive, if you're doing some high leverage shit, whatever it might be, you want to play by the book, then you do that. But if you got stopped out right there, you did not go by the book, and that's okay, but that's your juice for today. There's a reason why we say you need to put your stop loss halfway behind the 886, but I personally would say that you should always do it at a lower low, okay? This time it's a little bit different because you have a single print right there. So this time you could actually make a good argument, and I would probably agree that your stop loss should be there instead of a lower low. All right, but even though you got stopped out and you're missing out on this, it doesn't matter because it's not about this one specific trade. The next 5,000 of them, you're gonna juice the fuck up, right? But no worries. Anything else you guys want to talk about? But Kamaji, no worries, brother. But there's a reason why the book says what the book, why the book says. Pretty cool though, right? My pleasure, Kamaji. My pleasure. If you were watching the stream, I actually did a roll call. I said, "All right, here's your traditional Kimba box." Okay, and I said, if you got fulfilled, your entry is right here. You can decide if you want to be super conservative and just put your stop loss at break even. Okay. Or if you want to do the right thing and wait until it makes a higher high, which just happened like 40 minutes ago, until then, your stop loss has to be right here. That's also by the book. And if you are bearish, Skip Moha, if you, like you said, if you think the top is in, That's awesome, brother. No, you've been here for the last 4 days. Okay, sounds good. But you don't want to recap? You're good. So there's a couple of things that I think are not arguable. Okay, so that's not that great of a bearish retest. So you could still get a pop back up here, and it wouldn't necessarily mean that it's bullish. The only way that you're bullish is you reclaim that as support. Alrighty. At the same token, you don't necessarily have to get bearish when you get rejected, because I would actually personally be looking for like a failed auction. That would be nice. I would love maybe in the next couple hours it does this, and then while I'm sleeping it does that, and then I'm waking up right around here. That would be dope. XLR says a recap wouldn't hurt. Well, make sure you watch that, you know, and then make sure you guys are aware of this, the volume zone. So you could, you know, you could even do like a box. Something like that. XLR says a sweep of the local high would be bullish, right? What do you mean? Like this? The sweep is not what makes it bullish. The pullback and turning this into support is what makes it bullish. Breaking this and turning this into support makes it bullish. I don't give a shit if it wants to swing fail to come back down here, but then like eventually it turns it into support. This has to get turned into support. That has to get turned into support. Anything else in between is just kind of noise for me. Chauncey says if CVD coin margin and 30-minute coinalized as a div after New York market close, would you have that in consideration as weak confluence? Only if it has done it in the past and it's reliable to conclude that, Chauncey. If it has done that in the past and it's reliable to conclude that. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, Bears, we're all Lions. Last Latuche of the night. I mean, I'm going to smoke another blunt, but... All right, let's hack into Sato. It's crazy. His Wi-Fi password is kimchi42069. All right, got in. Have a great night. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stay safe. You guys have musical control. All righty. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace, y'all. Market makers, do your thing.